You know, if every time someone asks you a question, you try to say the right answer, your entire life is a test. And when did you have the most anxiety in grammar school and high school?
No question.
On test day.
No question.
So your entire life become this test. I ain't trying to say the right answer. I am just doing what I feel. My mama said trying is failing. There is no ifs, woulds, coulds, shoulds. It just is, and we just are. And it is so. It's simple.
Welcome back to another episode of the fourth QuickTake. I'm here with my co-hosts, Nicholas, Sean Clan, Averly, from Unearthing the Supernatural. How you doing today?
Doing good, bro.
Okay, so today we'll be talking about Kanye. And in this clip, Kanye explained his perspective on things, how life is a test, and compared it to high school. When people ask you questions, you answer, and that, in a sense, is a test, and life is a test. So what are your thoughts about this clip?
I feel like I would have to be not in the right mindset to understand fully what Kanye is saying. I feel like I gotta kind of be a little high or a little buzzed to be like, dude, he's spitting some mad shit, bro. Like, oh man, that's some wise ass shit, man. But I'm just like, listening to it sober, I'm just like, I get he's trying to make a message, but the analogy he made was there is no try in school. You cannot try. There only is. It's just like you cannot try to learn something. There only is something. And I'm like, you have to try to learn stuff to be able to progress yourself in life or whatever you're trying to do or learn. You have to try. And it's just not like where he's thinking is like the mindset is set, and if you don't know it, then you don't know it. If you know it, then you know it. But he was like, that's the whole point of school, is for you to try and learn things. And it's just like, I'm pretty sure he didn't really do too good in school. You know,
it's just one of those things that, like, you take a simple topic and you make it so complex, and everybody thinks you're woke or whatever. Mm-hmm. But in the end, it's just like, okay, you just said a whole lot of nothing. I know. But yeah, Kanye just like one of my like favorite artists. I remember growing up listening to Stronger, and I had that song on repeat when I was younger. Work it, make it, do it. It was honestly like one of the first like EDM rap songs, mm-hmm. and it was a huge hit back in the day on MTV and whatever else. And as we listen to the radio today, all these songs are retro. They're all throwbacks. And it's just weird. Like, you never think your generation is going to reach that stage where it's like, oh, this song, I remember this song back in my day. And it's like, oh, our day was like 20 years ago. And it's just like a little shift, because you think about like when your parents, when you were younger and they were like in their 30s or whatever, or you got older uncle, older cousins, and like they're old. But now that we're that age, it's like, am I really that old? I don't feel that old.
One thing that made me hit on how old we are, bro, is there's a lot of these TikToks going around of like, or like, it's like the same thing as TikTok, but they have it on Instagram and like the reels and all that stuff. I was scrolling through there, and this dude goes to a liquor store. And then, like, he's like, can I see your ID? He's like, yeah. Hands him his ID, looks at it, gives it back. He's like, oh, that was fast. He's like, oh, yeah, your birthday has a 1 in it.
Because it's 2000s?
Yeah, it's 2021. So anyone, like, born before the 2000s is over 21. And then he was like, fuck. He's like, we old, man, we old. And yeah, just going back to this, Kanye was one of the iconic artists yeah, especially with his music, you know, it just had so much energy, so much hype to it, you know. And it was just like, I used to bump that too with my whole mixtape and all that stuff. But then, like, just recently, these past couple of years, like, I honestly feel like he's kind of got off the deep end a little bit, to where he kind of took the being woke thing really, really too far, to where, like, I don't know if it's just being like really high up there as a celebrity, this happens, but then like he was, I guess you could say like he feels like everyone's attacking him, everyone's going after him, so he's just like, you know what, I'm gonna just do what everybody hates, just to prove them right in some weird reverse psychology thing. And I'm just like, dude, you're thinking too much into life, man.
I think it's one of those things like what we talk about. Any publicity is good publicity, and it's like Trump in a sense. Like they say all these outrageous things, and it gets like headline on the news. Oh, Donald Trump said this. Kanye said this. Kanye's wearing the Donald Trump hat. Kanye like lit himself on fire on like his album release thingy, and then like yeah, Kanye just hasn't been the same since back in our day.
Speaking of which, during that album release thing, I was seeing like all these videos of people. He was doing some like satanic shit there.
He had like candles there, like. And
like
there was a church in the stadium.
They were saying that he was doing some like weird satanic stuff, and then like people in the stands started.
It was like one of the songs on the album was like he kept saying Donda over and over again. And that was the whole song, just Donda, 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 Donda.
They were saying like people were getting like seizures and all that stuff, like it's like possessions and shit.
I didn't see that, but I do know. I did hear about the satanic where the song was replayed.
Yeah, and I was just like, well, this is getting weird, you know? Like, it's... I just don't know or really understand Kanye's mindset, and I think it's just because, like, I don't look into him hardly anymore, just because of the fact that, like, I don't know, it's just... I just lost interest, I guess you could say, in Kanye, because of a lot of his decisions he was making in the past couple years, and his music has just kind of become kind of like his lifestyle, you know? Like, I haven't listened to any of his new music or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he's got some bangers on there. But, like, I remember I think it was, like, 2 albums ago was the last time I ever listened to, like, a full Kanye song. And then he made it kind of, like, out of spite, or, like, for some of the topics he was saying was very controversial, but he did it on purpose to be able to show that he's a part of it, but he's not a part of it. Like, that's that weird thing, and I'm just like, I don't want to think about this song too much, you know. like if I want to listen to a song that makes me think or really changes my lifestyle, I listen to J. Cole. J. Cole has some deep stuff, you know, that like
or tells Kendrick's like that too.
Yeah, Kendrick. Fuck yeah. Kendrick makes some music. Hurry, Tico, let's go.
It's been like 5 years since we had a Kendrick album, and I think everybody's loading up. Drake's about to release some new music. Kendrick's about to release. Kanye dropped already. J. Cole dropped. And it's exciting because we had this whole pandemic, and then everybody's loaded with music, and they're just waiting for, like... It just seems like they're waiting for each other to drop. See who's going to drop first.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Kanye, like... To be an artist in that level, you do have to have, like, a different mindset. You have to think different from everybody. But I remember I was watching an interview. I don't remember who said it. I think it was, like, another rapper. He said, like, the coolness clock... It's a clock, so it's like you go all the way back, and then Kanye reached that pinnacle. It's like he was super, super cool, but then he went too far, and now it's like not cool anymore. Yeah. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like he just pushed it too far. Like you push the envelope so far, and you're gonna fall off the cliff at some point.
Yeah. And
I feel like he reached that point, and especially with his like the success he had, and his mom passing away, and him getting a divorce with Kim K, like. Could you imagine being that? Like, having all this money and just everything, like, crumbling around you.
I didn't know they're divorced.
Yeah, it's, like, the past, like, month. It's really recent. Super recent.
She's single. I'll be back.
What's your Instagram?
I'm about to shoot my shot.
Kardashian and Unearthing Supernatural collab.
Bet how many demons they got, bro.
And Hollywood be having some demons.
Especially with Kanye being her boyfriend and all that satanic shit going on. They need some cleansings, bro. They need some blessings, bro.
Yeah, just Kanye in general. Like, his past music was super good. It was super influential. And just now, it just seems like he's doing too much. He probably has a bunch going on, like I said. The divorce, his clothing brand. I feel like when you push your creative when you put too much pressure on a creative, like they're bound to crack because that's not the way they work or they flow. They need that freedom. They need the expression. And when you listen to a Kanye interview, it's like, how is this guy coming up with these thoughts?
Yeah.
Like, what's his mindset to come up with these things that he's saying?
I kind of see it, you know. It's just like, I think just overall stress and trying to find the next big thing kind of really just blew him over the top, I guess you can say, of like how he views what creativity is and all that stuff. It's like he had like a big old huge like psychedelic trip that changed his life and view on life.
Yeah.
To where, or just not even that, I'm pretty sure he takes lots of drugs, but that mixed with his fame and money and all that stuff and how the media and the world views him and sees him, I honestly think he might be kind of tired of people in public on how they view him, to where so he's just like gives them the wrong idea of who he actually is so he can actually live who he is in his personal life while letting people think that he's crazy, but in actuality he's fine. Could be a reason why, you know.
I think another reason is that he's still trying to be like on top of the music industry, and the music industry is built for young people.
Yeah.
And as you're aging, like you're kind of getting phased out. And I feel like Kanye is trying to fight against it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I'm still the number one artist in the world. I'm still the number one. Blah blah blah. When it's like Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick are all right there, like surpassing him.
Yeah.
And all these young people is like, hey, I was here first. I'm still this genius.
Yeah.
And it's like, but these other people, they're J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake. They all seem sane. They all seem stable.
Yeah.
And maybe not the creative genius that Kanye is. And Kanye still has that mindset like, I'm better than them. But it's like, you have to put the work in. You have to be willing to make the sacrifices. And I feel like with Kanye, just has too much going on, where the music's kind of suffering because he's focusing more on clothes and focusing on like other things.
Yeah. You know one artist that I miss, bro?
What?
That I wish would come back? Usher.
Usher. That Confessions album was really
Let
good.
it burn, let it burn, gotta let it burn. Like that.
I remember the Oh My God Usher song. It was really good.
And then there's a bunch of other cool songs, but like he was like a real good,
like old school R&B in general.
I just miss in general, dude.
Yeah,
Cause
where those people now? Where those people? Like the music in my day was a lot better. Like we don't listen to the TikTok songs.
They were talking about like how to love a woman, you know, and just
we don't listen to the Cardi B's, the Meg Thee Stallions.
Just like
I don't know, Roddy Ricch.
This is like
Olivia Rodrigo.
Oh my god, dude! It's just like all these artists and everything. I'm just like the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s were. I think it really fell off at the 2000s. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some artists out there that are really good and all that stuff, but it's just like the day of R&B when you actually sing and actually sound good is gone. You know, like it's just all about like who can make the baddest beat and the coolest rhymes.
Everything's built for dancing. Everything's built for TikTok. So you gotta like have a dance with it to go viral.
I lost hope when
you need like a challenge or something.
I lost hope when 21 Savage became really, really famous and all that stuff. Like he made some good rhymes and good beats, but his voice, bro,
it sounds like he's not even trying.
It's monotone as fuck, man. He's like, come on, yeah, 21, and it's just like Usher was just like pouring his fucking heart out on stage and singing and all that stuff and. George Strait, I was good.
early 80s.
Early 80s. Those were the times, man.
I almost said 1800s.
It's like, whoa, you're going way back.
I was like 200 years ago, not 20 years ago.
I don't even know what kind of music they were.
Just local the flutes and the drums.
Local bands and all that stuff, and like marching bands and everything, and the snares and all that. But yeah, dude, it's crazy.
So we'll end that there. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe.
Pray for Kanye.
Pray for Kanye.